So good morning everyone, good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is nikymus and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom and the channel of breaking empaths free. If it's your first time here guys on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-development. And in case some of that stuff resonates with you guys, I invite you to give us a like, share the content with your friends and you can subscribe. And those who have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I always thank you for your continued love and support. Now guys, listen up. In this video, we're going to give a shout out to the spellcasters. Now when I'm talking about spellcasters, I'm talking about those individuals who don't want to see you grow, those individuals who don't want to see you move from one point to another, those individuals who are comfortable with seeing you stuck in some kind of a cycle. Now again, like I said, this may take you by surprise. Most of those guys, I can guarantee you guys, the individuals that try to do witchcraft and those kind of spells and everything, those individuals, you can be surprised guys, most of the cases, they can even be your parents. They can be your sisters, they can be your brothers, they can be your neighbors, they can be your landlords, they can even be your bosses. You may find a case whereby you used to live a certain lifestyle before and all of a sudden you decided to say, okay, now you want better for yourself. You want to start growing, you want to start evolving, you want to start becoming a better version of you. On that journey, I can guarantee you guys, I've been along that journey. Yes, I'm still on that journey, but I've also experienced a lot of times whereby I've met a lot of resistance. And most of the cases whereby these individuals that are actually resisting your progress, they are the individuals you know, the immediate friends you know, the immediate family members you know. Behind closed doors, I can guarantee you guys, they are casting specific spells on you because when you are growing, you become a threat to the people that you used to know, because the people that you used to know, they have been always comfortable to seeing you in the same position that you've always been. So they don't want to see you move from one point to another. And then they don't want to see you achieving better stuff for yourself. So most of the cases, what they will do behind closed doors, they will start casting spell work. But I can guarantee you, and when I'm talking about this, I can talk about spell work, and I can talk about witchcraft, I can talk about black magic, all this kind of dirty stuff behind your back. But let me tell you something, guys. Most of the individuals who are involved in those kind of acts, I'm talking about the acts of spell work, witchcraft and voodoo and all those kind of stuff, black magic, whatever. Those individuals, they are coming from a place of hate. They are coming from a place of fear. Now, you have to understand, guys, people, they hate. They fear what they do not know. And because of that, they hate what they fear. So you have to be 100% sure that those individuals, they already hate you. Even sometimes they don't know the real reason they hate you. But I can guarantee you guys, they already hate you and they do not like your progress. But I can guarantee you something as well. Those people normally, they are on a very low frequency. A person who is on a very low frequency is a person who gets intimidated by somebody else who is actually doing better for themselves, and a person who is actually growing on a very much more spiritual level. I'm talking about a person who is actually pursued their own spiritual journey. So what will happen is they are coming from a very low, they're operating and they're doing things on a very low frequency. Now listen to this, guys. The only way that you can get affected by those kind of things, I'm talking about those kind of spell work and everything like that, the only way you can get affected is when you're also on that vibration. When you notice people who don't like your progress, when you notice people who don't like to grow, when you notice people who are actually blocking your progress, and you try to fire back, you retaliate, you fire back, it's like you try to confront them or something like that, you try to fire back, you try to hate them back. Most of the cases, I can guarantee you guys, those spells are going to work on you, because a person on a low vibration, when they do spell work on you, when they do those kind of things and black magic and whatever, when they do something against you, the only thing you can do, guys, I will guarantee you this, you are supposed to stay on the love frequency. It is love that conquers everything. If you know somebody hates you, love them back. Somebody tries to damage you, love them back. You have always got to stay on the love frequency, because it is always love that wins everything. Love can conquer anything, guys, regardless what. Most of those spells they are doing on you, they will not work, because if you can maintain staying on a love frequency and vibrating on the love frequency, guys, I can guarantee you there's nothing will work against you. There's nothing can beat love. There's nothing in the universe that can conquer love. You have got to stay on the love frequency, and that is how you manage beating these spell works that they put on you. A lot of times you guys have heard me talking about narcissism, narcissistic abuse and everything, and you've always heard me say that when you have left a narcissist, the very first thing you do is to forgive them. You get out of the narcissistic relationship, you forgive those individuals. You don't forgive them for them. You forgive them for yourself. Because you're bringing your heart to that place whereby you're releasing that energy out of you. So when you forgive those individuals, you understand that you can forgive them, whatever it is they have done to you. You just continue working on yourself and growing and moving towards the best version of you. And guys, I can guarantee you, most of the cases, if those individuals have ever done anything to you, we're talking about things like black magic, we're talking about all those dirty spell works and whatever, witchcraft on you, that stuff will never work because you are vibrating from the heart space. You are vibrating with love. If somebody does spell work to you and you go and do spell work to them, guys, I can guarantee you can run that race forever. Especially if you're dealing with people who are on a very low vibration. Most of these individuals who do witchcraft and black magic, those individuals, I can guarantee you guys, they are on a very, very low frequency. We're talking about hate, we're talking about fear, we're talking about judgment, we're talking about all those kind of things. On my channel, I've talked about narcissism, and that is what the narcissists do. That is what they do best. Hate somebody, they fear somebody, they judge people, they abuse people. That's the kind of stuff they do. Most of the cases, I can guarantee you guys, those people are not coming from the place of love. When a person decides to do something bad to you, guys, the best thing you can do for yourself is to love them back. And I can guarantee you, whatever spells they want to put on you, they will never work with you. And those guys are going to be shocked. They will be moving around and doing whatever they want to do with you, but they will also see you keeping on growing on each and every single day. And most of the cases, the very first thing that buffers those individuals is to see you growing without knowing how you do it. Awakened empaths, I want to tell you something. An empath will always remain an empath. Empaths, we do not hate, we do not revenge, we do not fear nothing, we do not harm people. The empaths, the only thing we do is we love people back. And that is what you're supposed to do, guys. I can guarantee you, if you decide to come from a place of love, it does not matter what they have done to you. Guys, you might have lost a business, you might have lost something, you might have gotten very, very worse in life. But I can guarantee you guys, whichever situation you have been, guys, you cannot believe. When I left the narcissist, guys, if you had seen me in those first days when I left the narcissist, you would not believe it. I had all the right to go back and do whatever it is I wanted to do with those individuals. I could do whatever it is. I could damage them to the extreme. But from the inside, I knew that it wasn't me. I knew it was not me, and that wasn't what defined me as an empath. So the only thing I did, I went back. I started working on myself. I started healing myself, and I forgave those individuals. Guys, I can guarantee you, from the moment I decided that I was not going to fire back to the narcissist, that is exactly when my life started to change. So people who are doing spell work on you, guys, you're going to be surprised. Like I've said, they are going to be your own fathers. They're going to be your own mothers. When you are growing, guys, you intimidate people. When you are becoming a better version of yourself, when people start to see you doing those things that you've never done before, those things are going to shock them, and they do not even know how you do it. They make people very uncomfortable, and because of that, even sometimes they don't know what they are doing. They are going to start saying specific words. And normally what I've said usually in my videos, spell work is somebody just saying something negative towards you, that concerns you or towards you, and most of the cases, those words can become a reality for somebody. But if you are staying on the love frequency, if you can vibrate on the frequency of love, if you can stay at that love frequency, guys, I will guarantee you there is nothing that will ever work against you. Remember, you are a divine child of the universe, and the universe has always got your back. You might have wondered most of the times, guys, we survivors of narcissistic abuse. You can imagine, guys, the abuse we have gone through for the most part of our lives, the abuse we have been going through for a very long period of time, for years. The empaths, we get out of those abusive relationships and whatever toxic entanglements. We get back on our feet and we fight again, we stand again, even sometimes taller than we was before. And most of the cases, it buffers those low vibrational individuals, it baffles them. They do not know how you do it, because they can't do it. They cannot do it. If those kind of knacks and whatever, if you have decided to leave a narcissist, guys, I can guarantee you within 1 month, if those particular individuals have not found a reliable source of supply, I can guarantee you guys that those individuals, they can even end up in hospitals. They can even announce them dead. They cannot do that because they do not know how to generate love. They have got to feed off somebody else for them to survive. They have got to feed off someone else's energy for them to survive. If they are by themselves in a room, they are locked up. Guys, I will guarantee you, if you lock up a narcissist in a room for 1 or 2 days, maybe for a week maximum, they are going to announce those individuals dead. Because they carry a very low vibrational energy. They do not know how to love anyone. They cannot even love themselves. So if they see somebody who knows how to love themselves, they are taking care of themselves, you're doing good things, you are helping people, you're going out, you are educating people, you're growing, you become a better version of yourself. They do not know how you do that. That thing baffles them. Most of the cases, that is where the spell work begins, and that is where the witchcraft begins. That is where now you're going to see them running behind closed doors and doing all these kind of things to you, trying to damage you on a very much more subconscious level. Most of the cases, you don't even know what is going on. Empaths, beautiful empaths, love is the highest frequency. If you can vibrate at the frequency of love, you love people no matter what they do to you. You can love them. I'm not saying when you love them, you go around and sit with them and have a cup of coffee. That's not what I'm saying. If you know somebody doesn't wish well for you, you get out of their energy. Take your energy out of them, out of their vicinity, and you can love them from a distance. What do I mean by loving them? Do not hate them back. If they have done bad things to you, they have done spell work on you, they have done witchcraft on you, like on my videos, most of the cases, I've had people who have complained about finding specific portions in their houses, under their beds or things like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I've had people who have, most of the cases, lost their properties, they have lost their businesses, they have lost everything. Most of the cases because on that vibration, when you are on a very low frequency, and the person does spell work on you, that spell work will actually affect you. But when you remain on the frequency of love, is what I'm trying to talk about, guys, in this video. You have got to stay on the vibration of love. And it is love that conquers everything. Nothing else can shake you. When anybody can do whatever they want to do. They can run around in circles and they can do whatever it is they want to do. But when you're on the love frequency, guys, nothing ever beats love. You're supposed to stay on a high frequency, and that is the frequency of love. That is the only way you can beat spell work and witchcraft and all this kind of black magic. And nothing will ever harm you. Nothing will ever touch you, guys. They will see you grow. They will see you elevate. They will see you move to the next level. They will see you becoming a better version of yourself in front of their eyes. And they will not know how you did it. And that being said, guys, do not worry about the spells. Their spell work and their whatever it is they want to do, it will not work with you. As long as you're staying and you're keeping yourself on the love frequency, which is the highest frequency in the universe. That being said, guys, much love and blessings. I hope this video resonates. If it does, let it be known in the comment section below. I'll get back in touch with you. Much love and blessings. There's Almost signing out. Peace.